Today on Real Ghost Stories Online, after a long day at work, he saw something very strange in his living room. He knows what he saw, but years later, he still doesn't know what it was.
Welcome to Real Ghost Stories Online. Call in your real ghost story now at 855-853-4802 or write in at realghoststoriesonline.com. You're about to enter the world of the unknown and quite possibly the undead. This is Real Ghost Stories Online.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. 855-853-4802 is our phone number if you want to call in and share your real ghost story with us, or you can write in at realghoststoriesonline.com. We'd love for you to do just that. Tony, Todd, and Carol with you on today's episode of the program. Favorite 1980s horror movie box. Go.
What?
How am I going to remember the 1980s? I don't even remember.
Well, that's true for you, Carol.
I have had more decades than you.
Yeah, you have. I don't know. I remember, I guess for me, it was because I remember going to the video stores a lot and perusing the movies and all. And I was always gravitate towards the horror section.
Right.
Can we rent this? No, put that back.
What was your favorite?
There was a lot of good ones. I'm trying to think.
I will say that horror really isn't my genre either.
Yeah. I mean, the Halloween ones were just nice and simple, and you knew it was just creepy and kind of dark. There were some real creepy ones, like Hellraiser. I remember that was a real creepy box. Yep. That was just like, it was just the face, I believe.
Do you remember there was one called House?
Yeah, but it's a house.
Yeah, the house was there, but then there was like the skeletal finger reaching out to touch the doorbell.
Yes. That was actually coming to my mind. I just didn't know what it was called. I was going to describe it. Dawn of the Dead was a pretty kind of creepy. It was kind of cartoony-ish, but I guess depending on the version that was out. Night of the Living Dead had like 20 different boxes because that was actually never a copywritten movie. So anybody can release a copy of Night of the Living Dead if they'd like and market it.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Like the original Night of the Living Dead?
Yes, the original.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yes, you
that
could
one?
start selling it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell are we doing this for?
I know. But because it's available anywhere, it's like it was always like as the internet was growing, I remember, like, what sort of videos are there? And like, Night of the Living Dead is like on everything because it was like completely free range. Nobody had to pay any rights to put it anywhere.
I'll go to all the Goodwills in the area and buy all the VHS machines I can find. And I'll be down in the basement studio here just copying tapes to send out to nobody because nobody wants it.
Wouldn't it be a cool wall like of just VHS horror movies?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like for Halloween or something. I mean, that would be a really...
We could do that as
AI here. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that as a backdrop for Carol. We could move in a big wall of...
Thank you. I don't
that.
have one, as you can see.
But it's going to be real VHS tapes. It's going to be really, really heavy.
Yeah. And there'll be a counter in the back where a guy stands behind and he is flipping out the stuff that's coming in as people are dropping it off at your window back there, bringing back their rentals. And then he'll check to make sure that they're rewound. And if not, he'll charge them a fee.
Yeah. And then they're going to argue at the counter. Yeah, that there was no late fees. They've already paid it. And then you're going to sit there behind that person as they argue for 5 minutes. Eventually they'll settle it, and then you get to check out. This is the shit we used to go through to see a movie at home.
I know.
It wasn't just you had to get in your car, go to a store, go find the movie in the store, see if they have it in stock.
Right.
And then if they do, then you get in line And then you wait because there's a line of other people that need to check out, and everybody doesn't have a late fee, but they do have a late fee, so they're all going to argue the same damn thing. And then you'll finally get there and you'll check out, and you'll hope to God that the movie is there. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And if they don't, you got to go back and do the whole. It's like the DMV for getting a movie, and then you could take it home. And, then you watch it. So this is, depending on how close your movie store is, about an hour to process. And you plan ahead too. Like, what are we gonna watch this weekend? Like, let's get a couple of them if you're lucky. I know that was rare ever in my world. It was like one at a time. And you got to plan all that ahead. And yeah, it's you even talk about it. What should we rent this week?
It was a conversation starter for sure.
It's a world gone by. Let's go to our ghost story at 855-853-4802. Hi.
My name's Andy. I live in the Detroit area. I just realized today is the 10th anniversary that I experienced my first ghost encounter. I was living in Clair Shores, Michigan at the time. I was renting a home from a friend of mine, good friend of mine. I had a girlfriend that was living in the house prior, and she experienced some paranormal activity. My buddy that owns the house and his wife were living in the home. They said they had experienced some weird things. And anyhow, I was living with my girlfriend. Long story short, we split after 6 months living together. I remained in the house after 2 years, never really experienced anything. Always kind of felt like a presence in the house, but I was always looking over my shoulder. But one evening in particular, 2010, I was working a lot of overtime at work, and I came home. It was probably about, I want to say maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. Still, it was dark out, and I got home, and I was just really tired, and I just cracked a beer, turned on the television, and just kind of flopped on the couch. Well, I barely even drank the beer, just kind of sat there, and I'm kind of half dozing off laying on the couch. The only thing that was lit in the room was the television in the family room. And off to the corner of my eye, by the fireplace, it was on an angle, the way this fireplace was positioned in the living room. I noticed something kind of hovering. It's about the size of a football. It was like an opaque or big orb. I'm looking at this, and I'm in disbelief. What I'm seeing, I sit straight up on the couch. Mind you, my hair is like like a peacock that's standing on edge. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at here? And I stand up literally, and this orb just kind of goes right to the floor, moves slowly to the wall, goes up the wall, literally goes up the wall straight. Path of travel pipe. Midway, 3/4 of the way up the wall, stops, reverses in the same track down the wall, goes around now it's on the floor, and goes around the TV stand, bookcase, and goes around the corner and vanishes into a vapor down my hallway. I couldn't believe what I had seen. Honest to God, it blew me away. I convinced myself, I started yelling, "Get out of this house. You don't belong here. Please move." Anyhow, I was scared shitless. I jumped back on the couch. I covered myself in the blanket. Anyhow, I think prior to all this, I think I spoke to my girlfriend on the phone, and I left my front door open, so she was going to stop by later. And I convinced myself I did not see this. And I fell asleep on my couch with the blanket over my head. She came into my house, and she kind of like flops on me and asked me why I'm sleeping with the blanket over my head. And I totally was so freaked out. I forgot I had seen this. Fast forward a few hours later, we finished dinner, and I'm in the kitchen loading or washing plates or something. My girlfriend's standing in the kitchen facing the hallway. She goes, something just went down the hallway really quick. Mind you, I had a cat at that point in time. And they go, well, the cat's on the couch. Just saw her. There's no, I think it was something different. I just like dropped the plate. I'm like, oh my God. Let's sit down, I gotta tell you. I told her the whole story. She's like, oh my God. She's like, yeah. She believes it was the ghost too. She saw it going down the hallway. It was like coming back. I don't know, trying to make an appearance or something, but it was strange. But ever since then, never experienced anything. My buddies rented the house out to the same people 8-9 years now, and I've asked them if they've ever experienced anything, and he says nope, no complaints at all. So anyhow, that's my ghost story. Thanks for the show. I love it, and keep it up, guys. Bye.
Thank you for sharing that story with us. Drunk Orb. There you go.
That story, and a lot of times people talk about orbs, that actually sounds like an actual orb to me because of the change in the movement and the way the pattern of it kind of floating around. Sounds exactly like an orb. Sometimes people will see like flies or bugs and stuff like that, and they're very slow. They're very smooth movements. Mm-hmm. Orbs usually have like different trajectories with their movement, so it sounds just like one.
What the hell, though? Like, just to have that one-off thing happen to you. And then she gets there and then she sees some, it sounds like things got really serious.
They do, yeah.
I can't even continue. Tony, please.
No, continue.
I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh.
But what if, like, so then she sees something too? Like, what's that all about? Is that just passing through? Excuse me. Got someplace to be. And this is the quickest way to get there. Or what could it be? Like, that would totally freak me out.
I'll tell you what it could be.
What?
Here you go. Ready? Are orbs our dreams? Do you ever have it where you're...
What was the profound thing?
Are orbs our dreams?
Okay.
Are they our dreams that are out there? Here's where I'm coming from. Just like we were talking about in the other episode of dreams, where I've had it where I'm just kind of like wandering around, and I said it's almost feeling like perma-drunk, where you're just like kind of going through the motions, but everything's okay, and you don't really know why you're someplace, but you're there and you're doing whatever. Kind of like that. But have you ever had like in a dream where like you could fly, or you could kind of like get down really low, and you weren't really interacting with anybody, but you were just kind of going through time and space and places, and not necessarily in a way that you recognized yourself as being like you're an orb. You're thinking you're walking through the spot, but suddenly you could fly, which, it's a dream. What if that is basically view the orb as the window into that surrounding that's going on out there? Could that be somebody's dream? Could that be the orb? Is that consciousness that's being seen in this dream, in this ultra real reality or space or time, where you do have some people who've had dreams of places they've never been but can describe it in great detail, and then they get there and they actually it matches up. Ha! I just solved the puzzle.
You've had a lot of interesting takes on stuff today. I will say that, and some of them actually sound like, hey, that's kind of a cool thought process.
It's brought to you by weed. Today's profound thought is brought to you by the letters T, H, and C. And the number's 9.
It makes me laugh.
But I mean, it's I mean, I don't know. Anything's possible.
Something to that, because it makes as much sense as like, what? That's somebody's spirit just passing through. The girlfriend gets there, she sees something, and then that's the end of that.
Yeah,
that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't know. I mean, it's it does make you wonder, like, what is going on, and some of it's just like that. It's just fairly nonsensical. None of it really necessarily needs to mean anything. Sometimes it's just maybe energy it's passing through literally, and there's no greater meaning. It's not Uncle Lenny or whatever. It's just, it is what it is, you know?
And I've got a theory about people who, live in locations that have been reported to have some experiences, and they say they don't. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that have experiences and just blow it off. And if you ask them, hey, I know you live there, have you had experiences? Because I've had them. They'll just say no either way, because it's better to deny it than try and wrap your mind around what the hell that could possibly be.
Sure. That's like a safety. Mechanism. It's let's go to another phone call and see if we can unwrap another mystery of the world.
Hi, big fan of the show. I do have one story for you guys. I am not originally from the United States. I actually had my experience back in Colombia. That's where I'm from. My mom was with me, so we used to share a room when I was little. And in the middle of the night, we both get woken up. Both of us woke up from a very loud noise. Usually our front door, we had to push it in. We had to do this weird trick in order to get it to open from inside and outside. So we heard the door that leads to the outside, to the street, opened and closed really loud. We thought, oh, well, my uncle's home, and for my mom, well, my brother's home. No problem at all. But we didn't hear any footsteps. We just kind of kept waiting, kind of in silence, in the dark, of course. So we were kind of weirded out by then. And then we hear this loud footsteps, very clear, heavy duty boots like my uncle used to wear, just walking across our bedroom door. Mind you, the houses in Colombia are not wood, but they're tiles. The noise is not as much, but when it's something heavy, you can definitely hear it. We were still kind of waiting to hear the voices, but then the footsteps stopped past our door. So my mom takes out her cell phone and calls my uncle. He answers, and we hear music in the background. And he's like, hello? And my mom tells him, well, I think now there's somebody in the house, like a robber or somebody like that. And he's like, oh, well, just stay put. I'm going to make my way over there. Don't open the door, blah, blah, blah. When we hang up, we hear the footsteps again, walking towards the bathroom. And the shower turns on. The sound of the shower, everything. The turn of the hand, the handle gets turned. The water starts hitting the tiles in the bathroom. And we're just like, okay, is this person going to take a shower in the house? What's going on? Then we hear the fridge open and close and open again and close again. That happened like 2 or 3 times. So we're like, okay, they're helping themselves to food. And then after that, we don't hear anything. But the shower is still kind of running. About a couple minutes later, well, it's like 3 hours, but I'm pretty sure it was probably just 5 minutes, everything stopped. There's no noise from anything, no footsteps, no shower, no bedroom door. Nobody went out of the front door. My mom decides that, you know what, I'm kind of done with this. We're both scared, terrified over mine. And she decides to just turn on our light. She grabs the pipe. Well, we're doing renovation at that time. So she just grabs the pipe and opens the door, swings it open. I go with her, of course. Just started turning all of the lights in the house. Everything in the house. Everything. Not a single soul was in the house. No footstep marks. Nothing. Nothing at all. So now my mom and I are very scared, but we just deal with it. We go back to sleep. The next day, when we wake up again, we found out that there was a couple things moved and some of the things missing. So in the bathroom, the shower curtain, which we usually keep open, was closed. And the shampoo bottles were turned on their side. Not like actually turned, but on their side. In the fridge, there's a couple items just scrambled. For some reason, apparently the ghost liked eggs somehow. but those were moved as well. A couple, the jug of milk was also moved. It was a scary experience because we saw we more like heard, and then the day after saw what happened. But after that, weirdly enough, nothing else happened. That was the first time I ever had some sort of experience, and the only time. My house was never haunted. Mind you, my house was built in the 1800s, but nobody else was there. You know, nothing else happened. No other ghost stories, no anything else. It was a very weird and singular experience, which I almost thought I dreamt of, but with my mom being there and her also confirming what was happening, kind of solidified the matter that, you know, I didn't dream that. And I have other stories. Colombia is very haunted. We got quite a few stories for that, but thank you so much for listening, guys, and I enjoy your show very much. I appreciate what you guys do every day. Thank you so much, and stay safe.
Thank you for sharing that story with us. What's your thoughts?
I do think it's weird that was a pretty intense thing. And they're hearing someone in the house walking. They hear someone getting in the fridge, someone getting in the shower. It's almost like someone just got home. Mm-hmm. And things have been moved. Like, I don't know that I could tell you if something got moved in my fridge and I live by myself. But it is almost like somebody broke in the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just hearing that story, you would think it's obviously got to be somebody that broke in.
Drunk ghost.
Or a drunk person somehow got in the house.
Yeah.
Because you've heard those stories about the drunk person,
sure.
like, no, I live here. Or like I saw one recently on some TikTok video or something. And the guy's like, no, I just want to go in here and buy another beer. And they're like, that's somebody's house. They don't sell beer in that house. No, it's a bar.
I mean, I'm seeing the pattern here in all the stories. There's so many now. I look at it and go, yeah, this sounds like somebody who's drunk. Kind of going, I think my death, there's my new death theory.
It would suck if you're a ghost and the only thing you could do is like rearrange items in somebody's fridge. Like, you know, that would suck.
Or if you're like in a really drunk state, like in your 20s, and you're like, dude, like, what kind of is green ketchup and it's a purple ketchup? Like, I could see, like, honestly, in kind of that sort of a state, being very fat. I would be fascinated with someone's fridge, but I'm into food. I could see that really being you know, kind of in that mode. You're like, oh, what's in here? You know,
it would be an interesting
pantries too.
Pantries, yeah. It would be an interesting piece if, like, after everything, they saw some stuff move, but then there was a bunch of things left on the counter, and they realized it was all expired. The ghost had gone through and pulled all the expired stuff out of their fridge.
I'd love that ghost.
First. Yeah. Like, just keeping you okay. Don't want to do anything bad.
There's that one commercial where all the, like, family members come over and she's going through the fridge and she's like, expired, you know?
I had an expiration trauma today.
Oh my God.
I'd like to talk about. After doing the shows all morning, I went to get a vegetable tray that I had. I get like these little, like, tiny ones, and I have them for like lunch. And it's like carrots and broccoli and a little cheese, a little like summer sausage and like ranch. And I had just gotten them. I did the Walmart delivery thing, and I got it delivered. And I go to get, and it's like a few days ago I got it delivered. And they all expired like before the delivery date.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, oh. So I was
you
very much
probably would have been okay unless it's like really expired.
I was looking forward to my crudité tray. I did eat some of the carrots. What got me was like the meat in there. That did not survive. It was getting a little funky.
Okay.
And the thing is, it was the tray itself, I think like all of they could all share the same oxygen under the tent, if you will.
Yeah.
So that stuff then kind of gets into other stuff, and
then before you know it, it's like another burrito incident when you end up with dysentery, right?
Exactly. And I've already had one of those this week. So I wasn't like going to go 2 for 2 with the expired Walmart crudité tray. So I decided, you know what? We're just going to go with a Quest bar. And that was lunch today.
I'm always well-meaning. I'll buy the bag of the baby carrots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, instead of snacking on frickin' Triscuits or something like that, I'll add, and then I leave them in the drawer. Yeah. And then when I finally decide, I'm going to do this, you pull them out and they're a little slimy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will still partake if they're not too slimy. So
like what's your limit?
Like if you squeeze it and there's any give to it, that's gone too far. But if it's still pretty firm and just a little bit on the slimy side,
you're like,
I'll rinse those babies off and chow down on them. Yeah,
I understand. There you go.
I'm an 80-year-old single guy is what I am.
Pickled eggs. What's your opinion on those?
Have you ever eaten a pickled egg or a pickled pig's foot in a bar before?
I have.
Never.
What?
Never.
Oh, no. Was it good?
There's one right very close to you. I don't know if it's still there anymore. It was called the Cheatin' Heart.
I know where it is.
Right by the railroad tracks off of Bowen. And I lived in those apartments there years ago. This is 20 some years ago. And I'd walk over there every once in a while. I think there were like 2 or 3 times max. And it was always just a really weird, it was a country bar, but it was like really shitty, really run down.
Yep.
And they had that back there. And I remember one night, I had tried a pickled egg. It was the first time I had a pickled egg. And
that bar is literally maybe 6 blocks from my house.
Is it still there?
It's still there.
Is it still exact? Is it changed
exactly
names?
The same? No, it's still the Cheatin' Heart. You're cheating hard.
I want to like go in. Do you ever go in there ever? Or?
No, but the next time, you know what? Maybe I'll make a trip over there for a beer one night, and I'll just take some pictures to show it to you.
God, I remember I went in there and this was what, 2002, 3-ish. And it was a country bar. It was a very white country bar. Because I'd gone in there and there was a girl I was dating, a black girl that I was dating. And it was like, I don't know why I thought to go. We were just like, let's go get a drink or something, but we didn't want to drive anywhere. And it was like, it's like right there. So it's like, who cares? What I wasn't thinking. And did we get the looks?
I bet you did.
In that place, it was like, oh. And this was again 20 some years ago, but it was weird. I don't know. I've never been in that. I never had that. And then we've been many places, but I guess you go to, that place. It's like, we don't know you around these parts, bullshit. So,
yep.
Yeah. We have another phone call?
No.
We're done.
That was it. That was number 2.
That was it.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Real Ghost Stories Online. If you'd like access to our bonus episodes, advanced episodes, all that stuff, check it out on Patreon. Real Ghost Stories Online. Just search that, or Apple Podcasts, our premium channel there. Do check it out. All right. Until next time, for Carol and for Todd, I'm Tony. Thanks for listening to Real Ghost Stories Online.